Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And I'm Paula, by the way, for those of you who never seen me before. And I have my partner here. There. I can get this
You
right.
always got to go
There
the
you go,
opposite
right there.
direction. So weird. Hi, Jill.
Um,
Think you're the newest newbie?
all right, so today we're going to be doing our Adobe Connect basics. In this one, like I mentioned before, we're going to be, and I apologize here for the small letters, but we're going to be talking about drawing tools, how to enable those for your students. There is several places where you can do that, and we want to make sure that you understand where you can enable and disable those for students during a live session. We're also going to talk about your video and audio. So enabling your participants to have a microphone and webcam, as well as how to disable those for them and actually for yourself as well. And then how to record a meeting, naming your recording, and how to retrieve a recording. And that's actually a very a question that we get asked a lot. How do we retrieve a recording once we finish a session? And we'll also discuss the attendee spot. And this is a great the attendee spot has a lot of features and settings that we definitely want you guys to be aware of. Because from here you are able to remove participants, clear a status, um, edit your information, change roles. And we'll also talk about would you disable um, raise hand and sorting participants. So this is sort of what the session is going to go over. And okay, so this is sort of like our goal is for you to be able to utilize those basic features and settings in Adobe Connect. And this is sort of like as a support role. These are the things that you want to be familiar with when you are in a live lesson. So I think what we're going to be sharing with you today is going to be very helpful as your support and host your live lessons. Um, so I want to start with the drawing tools. And basically, the SharePod, any SharePod, you can enable drawing tools for participants. And a lot of the times during your sessions, you're going to have students use the drawing tools to interact with your lesson. If you're asking them questions, if you're asking them to give you some sort of feedback. So basically, for you to enable the drawing tools, you could do it from the meeting preferences. And that would be, as a host, you get access to a meeting menu where you're going to click on preferences. And this preferences menu, you can actually adjust settings for a lot of things. In this particular case, you're going to use the whiteboard settings. And in your meeting room or any meeting room, you're allowed to enable your participants to draw. Now, this is important because once you enable your participants to draw from this setting, you don't have to ever change it again if you want your participants to have drawing tools available for them. So this setting is permanent, and that's what I want you to know, whether you're using the e-school room or your own live lesson room. Once you set this up, you don't have to worry about this being changed after you log out and log back in. So think about this as a permanent setting. Lindsay, yes, correct. If you disable, if you don't have drawing tools for your participants enabled, you as a host will always have drawing tools. So that's a great question. So even if you do not want to allow your participants to draw, you as a host can use that, can be used the drawing tools. So this is something that I want you guys to pay attention to, because this is a very important step. For your participants to be able to draw, you have to actually click on the draw button. And you guys right now are participants. Okay, so I'm going to try this with you. I'm going to click on the draw button on my end, and you guys should be able to now see the drawing tools. Okay, and if you click on the T, you should be able, and if you guys want to give it a try, that would be great. You should be able to click on the T first and then draw on the board. If you guys want to give that a try and write on the board, to see how that works from the participant's side. And one thing to keep in mind is that as a host, you can click back on the draw if you want to take away your drawing tools. So for example, if I'm in my lesson and I want students to stop writing or drawing, all I need to do is to click on draw.